Stormwater Management and Road Tunnel is Malaysia's longest and Asia's second longest stormwater tunnel. The tunnel has two components, a stormwater tunnel and a motorway tunnel. It is a dual-purpose tunnel, an innovative project of the Malaysian government to alleviate the flooding issue in Kuala Lumpur city centre and to ease traffic congestion between Kuala Lumpur city centre and Sultan Gateway at Sungai Besi. The federal government, the Malaysian Highway Authority and the Department of Irrigation and Drainage Malaysia initiate the SMART project as the executing government agency which closely supervises the project implementation. The project is implemented through a joint venture agreement between MMC Corporate Berhad and Gamuda Berhad. Mark McDonald of the United Kingdom as engineer who conduct feasibility study for the dual-purpose tunnel and offer detailed design service to take the project from concept to construction. Besides that, Sepakat Setia Perunding Sendiri Berhad is also engaged in tunnel design and overseeing construction. SMEC, an Australian construction engineer firm, offers services such as design review of cut and cover and tunnel lining and assessment of construction activities effect on tunneling. Additionally, it also tracks the impact of tunneling on the environment. Combat Telecom System Holdings Limited supply and install a distributed antenna system for high-speed wireless communication across the tunnel in the SMART project. West and Fretage and MBM are subcontractor for the North Tunnel, responsible for combining flood relief with the road tunnel. The Ketcom Sendiri Berhad responsible for supply the concrete segment. For the project detail, the tunnel construction period is from 2003 to May 2007. The total cost of the project is 1.88 billion ringgit Malaysia. The SMART tunnel begins at Kampong Berempang, where the diversion well at the junction of Sungai Krang or Sungai Ambang are the off-take structure divert from water to the holding port. For the operation mode, the functions of SMART tunnel are divided into 4 distinct modes. In mode 1, under normal conditions without a storm, no flow water will be channeled into the system and the traffic will permit in the tunnel. Mode 2 is operated when there is a moderate storm. Flow water is diverted into bypass tunnel in the lower channel of the motorway tunnel, which road traffic remain open to traffic. When mode 3 is triggered when a strong storm occurs, the road tunnel will be closed to all traffic. The road tunnel will be reopened to traffic within 2 to 8 hours of closing. Mode 4 will be activated if there is a prolonged heavy storm, and it will be confirmed within 1 to 2 hours after Mode 3 is declared. After all the traffic has been evacuated, a road tunnel will serve as a fourth floor passage. The road tunnel will be reopened to traffic within 4 days of its closure.
Thank you, Jenny, for the explanation. Hi, my name is Wadatul Kisnamita Suhaimi, and I will be explaining about the internationalization of this project. Basically, the internationalization of Smart Tunnel project refers to the involvement of consultants, subcontractors, and suppliers from countries abroad. Basically, the objective of the internationalization of project is to allow the transfer of knowledge, technology, and best practices between different teams. Besides, it's also allow the adoption of innovation construction technique from expertise and improve the project management process. First and foremost, the project consists of Mott MacDonald and engineering consultants from the United Kingdom to offer the engineering expertise in designing the proposal of utilizing a tunnel for stormwater storage. Besides, there is also another engineering consultant participated in Smart Tunnel project, which is SMEC Australia. So they play a significant role in evaluating the tunnel lining and assess the construction impacts associated with tunneling and monitor the effects of tunneling activities on the surrounding environment. Besides, the project was also awarded to companies based in Germany, which is Waste and Freitag, to assemble and complete the North Tunnel Drive of Smart Tunnel by using the expertise in handling the tunnel boring machine. Apart from that, the Smart Tunnel project also includes international suppliers such as Ketcom Sendiri Berhad, which is the Malaysian branch of KEC Limited in Korea, which supplies the necessary concrete segments in particular tunnel sections of Smart Tunnel. Last but not least, Combat Telecom System Holding Limited from Hong Kong is a prominent wireless solutions provider. So in this project, they held responsibility in delivering a comprehensive wireless communication system for the tunnel. So this includes the multi-operator, multi-system comprises of 2G and 3G, also the distributed antenna system, and also Combat Technology Sdn Bhd is responsible for providing a complete maintenance services as part of the agreement. So basically, overall, it can be seen that the internalization of the project opens up the opportunities of collaboration between contractors, suppliers, and professionals who possess specific knowledge and experience to are relevant to this project. Thank you. I will pass this to the writing.
For procurement method, Public-Private Funding Initiative (PPFI) was adopted between the client Malaysian government with the main contractors Malaysian Mining Corporation's Berhad Gamuda Berhad joint venture. Under PPFI, project was funded by both government and the private sector, and the ownership is transferred to the JV for concession period of 40 years. JV is liable to finance, design, construct, manage and operate the project, while the government is liable to provide specifications and requirements of project outputs and finances project. There are two main contractors in the project, which are Malaysian Mining Corporation's Berhad and Gamuda Berhad. They formed an incorporated JV with Smart Sendirian Berhad as the SPV for operating the toll plaza, and each of the party owns 50% portions of the JV. They share, leverage or combine their resources to achieve ventures goal. Then the joint ventures contractor with local and abroad consultants, subcontractors and suppliers, which include Bob McDonald's, Sepakat Setia Branding Sendirian Berhad, SMEC Holdings, Waste and Spectate, Royal BNM, NBM, Kecom Sendirian Berhad, and Combo Telecom System Holdings Limited.
There have been several issues leading to the termination of contract in this project between the main contractor and the subcontractor. On 16 April 2003, MMC Gamuda and Waste Freitag has formed a contract to carry out the construction of Smart Tunnel for the North Tunnel. In September 2005, the work has continued to advance expectedly, even though there have been a lot of obstacles. However, on 15 September 2005, a major sinkhole event took place and became serious, causing issues to building in the vicinity. By the end of the year, the involved party found themselves engaged in a significant disagreement. In between September to November 2005, the defendant have given their notice to the engineer of its intention to claim additional time and costs. However, it was rejected by the engineer. In January 2006, the defendant has indicated to the plaintiff that the work could only be completed for Section B of North Tunnel by 31st December 2006 instead of the 1st May 2006. Completion of the whole work could be only completed on 5th March 2007 instead of 15 June 2006. On 6 January 2006, both parties has issued their notice of intention to terminate the contract, and on 23rd January, plaintiff have terminated the contract and also the defendant that did likewise on the same day. In pursuant of Clause 20.4 obtaining dispute adjudication board's decision, the defendant has referred the claims to the DAB, which is claims for additional time and costs, claims for losses and damages associated with the termination of contract. The dispute referred to the DAB in pursuant of this clause was entitled Contractor's Claim and Subsequent Event Leading to the Employer's Wrongful Termination and Repudiation of the Contract and the Contractor's Termination of the Contract. The plaintiff too referred their claims to a DAB seeking for a recover for its losses and damages as well as extra costs incurred for the completion of work. The DAB decision is said to be largely in the favour of defendant, and the DAB has rejected the plaintiff's claim and issued the decision on quantum in relation of the defendant's claim. Following this decision, the plaintiff expressed dissatisfaction and has filed the necessary notice of dissatisfaction with the DAB's decision with the Kuala Lumpur Regional Centre for Arbitration. The defendant has claimed under Clause 16.2 C and D, termination by contractor, which is plaintiff's failure to perform other obligation under the contract and plaintiff's failure for payment. Meanwhile, plaintiff have claimed for damages under the Clause 15.1 and Clause 8, which is defendant's failure to proceed with works and without delay. The board has ruled that the plaintiff had violated the terms of subcontracting and must pay 102.36 million to indemnify Waste and Freitag. In 2017, the plaintiff has concluded that accepting the settlement is the most beneficial course of action in terms of both cost and time.
Hi, I'm Atira, and in this part, I'm going to explain the best practice for the international contracting for the Smart Tunnel. The project is a complex infrastructure that involves the international contracting. And in order to ensure the success of the project, it is important to follow the best practice in the terms of international contracting. The Federal Highway Administration has provided the guidelines for road tunnel planning, construction, and also rehabilitation. This manual can be used as a reference to ensure that the project is designed and constructed to meet the international standards. Hence, here are some of 5 best practice for the international contracting in the Smart Tunnel project. The first one, which is to conduct a true risk assessment and it is important to identify the key risks and sub-risks associated with the project and develop strategies to mitigate them. This will help to ensure that the project is progressing as planned and there are no misunderstandings or disputes. The next one is to establish clear communication channels. Clear communication is essential to ensure that everyone is on the same page and the project is progressing as planned. The major focus is on the interfaces between the tunnel and the rest of the city and how they will be managed. The third one is to establish a clear contract, which is it is important to establish a clear contract that outlines the roles and also the responsibilities of all parties involved in the project. The contract should include details such as the scope of work, the timeline for completion, and also the payment terms. Next is to establish a strong project management team. And it is important to establish a strong team to oversee the project and ensure it is progressing as planned. The project management team should have experience in the international contracting and also should be able to manage the various risks and also the challenges associated with the project. And the last one is to establish a strong legal framework, which is to establish a strong legal framework that can support the project. And this includes ensuring that all contracts are legally binding and that mechanisms are in place to resolve any disputes that may arise. And by following this best practice for the international contracting, it will help to ensure the success of the Smart Tunnel project. And it will help to mitigate the risk, ensure clear communication, establish clear roles and also responsibilities, and also provide a strong legal framework to support the project.
In conclusion, the competitive and saturated domestic market, advancement of technology, and high potential profit have driven the industry players who venture into international construction projects. SMART is one of the international projects which involve international consultants, subcontractors, and suppliers that aim to alleviate the flooding issue. The procurement for the project included PPFI, JV, and contracts with consultants, subcontractors, and suppliers. Basic standard form of contract was also adopted. The issue of project was the determination of contract between JV with one of the subcontractors. The best practices for international contracting recommended are following FHWA Technical Manual for Design and Constructions of Road Tunnel, identifying and determining clearly the rights and responsibilities of parties involved, and evaluating the emerging tunneling technologies to assess their feasibility for the projects. That's all, thank you.